Hello everyone, welcome back to yet another video. A video that was supposed to go out in the month of April. It was intended to be an Easter special table decor video, but here it is a couple of months early for the next Easter. If you remember, in one of my previous videos, I went foraging for flowers where I bought those pink flowers from roadside. I also plugged these greens with small balls on them so that I would be able to add some interesting texture to my arrangement. I'll add a link to the video where I was collecting all these items up here. This pink ruffled shirt is from one of my interesting get-ups that I also did a video on earlier, and I will link that as well. So here's the star of the show, the blue teapot, and here are the other items: pair of scissors, a two-sided tape that I will be using for this arrangement. So I'll just take a piece of the two-sided tape and I will tape it to one end of my teapot. The idea is to have my teapot tilted this way, and I want it to stay that way, which was sort of difficult because my cake stand was not screwed at the top and I had to create a balance by adding some weight towards the back side of the stand. So I'm now chopping off a bit of gardening foam. Is that what it's called? I forget what things are called. Either ways, yeah. So that was the idea, and I chopped it a bit to make it narrow from one end so I can insert it under the teapot like that. Sorry that you can't see it, but here you can see much better. And I took off the extra that was there. I dipped the floral foam in water so that when I insert the flowers, they would be able to suck in a little bit of water from the foam. Okay, so it's called floral foam, not gardening foam. Ta-da! It's standing on its own now. This is gonna be a long video. Get yourself a cup of tea and enjoy watching all the lovely colors and watch the entire thing come together beautifully.
Steamboat sailed ashore. It was calling me aboard. A steamboat sailed ashore.
The fox fern was quite lush, and I was able to pick out little bits from it to cover my floral foam.
And as I climbed inside, I saw you sitting there. In a daydream, you were lost, but you saw me through the fog. Tried to hide behind your paper.
So this project demanded that my hair be tied up in a bun.
But you laughed instead. Ooh, you feel it? Ooh, you see me here.
seems like I was quite thrilled with how it was coming up.
Into the dark, where I tried my
So this part is crucial to the creation of this centerpiece. I wanted to create an effect of something that is pouring out of the teapot, and these berries helped me do just that. And that is the reason I had my eye on these berries for quite some time since I first saw them on roadside. I struggled quite a bit to get the balance right, but if your cake stand is screwed at the top, then you should not have any problem at all. Well, I clearly haven't taken any classes on flower arrangements. I was just going about it the way I thought it looked the prettiest. By the time I'm finished with this, you will be certain that I was obsessed with these berries, and I think they sort of gave this arrangement a wild look, and I'm all in for something that is slightly more raw and wild, and that's the reason I was so obsessed with these berries. And I think I must have gone overboard with these berries by the time I finished the arrangement.
Steamboat sailed ashore. It was calling me aboard.
So I started off by adding flowers towards the rear end of the teapot, because that helped me create a balance between the tilted teapot and its rear end, which was very unbalanced, as you must have seen some time back. I am now going to add flowers inside of the teapot. I'm going to be using carnations mainly for this part, but I'll just check if roses are also gonna look nice there.
In a daydream you were lost, but you saw me through the fog. Tried to hide behind your paper and your pen, but you laughed instead. Ooh, you feel it? Ooh, you see me here? Ooh, you feel it on this steamboat? Sailed into the dark, where I dried my glasses off.
Alright, something seems to have happened here. I must have missed a clip in between, but from the last clip to this one, the transition is sort of dramatic. I've added too much of stuff onto the teapot. It's barely visible now. To be honest, I was hoping that the blue of the teapot would be more visible, so that the contrasting pink and the blue would look really nice together. But now the green has sort of covered the blue of the teapot. Like I mentioned, I must have gotten carried away by the berries. I also got some cypress leaves, and that is exactly what I'm adding here, which is adding on to the already wild theme that is going on in this entire arrangement. I've so carefully picked the blue teapot and bought pink flowers to create the contrast effect to make it look pretty, and then I've added all the wild leaves and the wild berries. So this sort of is a true combination of dainty meets the wild. Also, since this is my my second flower arrangement, I think we can be a bit forgiving. It's not perfect. If I was making this for someone else, I would certainly tone down the wild that is going on here. But since I was making this to make myself happy, I went all in, and I have added a lot of everything that I liked, which was mainly the wild berries. So for the bottom two layers of the cake stand, I have created wreaths with the help of the fox fern, and I joined the two ends with the help of a gardening tape.
A steamboat sailed ashore. It was calling me aboard, and as I climbed inside, I saw you sitting there. In a daydream, you were lost, but you saw me through the fog. Tried to hide behind your paper and your pen, but you laughed instead. Ooh, you feel it? Ooh, you see me here? Ooh, you feel it on this steamboat? Sailed into the dark, where I dried my glasses off. Oh, before my world came back in focus, you were there. In your smile, I was lost. When you motioned me to talk, I couldn't mute the conversation.
Redoing the top part for the nth time.
But I think I said, ooh, do you feel it? Do you feel it? Ooh, do you see me here? Ooh, do you feel it on this steamboat?
Here's a close-up of me adding the needles of the fox fern into the floral foam.
Dream of you tonight. I don't know you, but I wanna turn the tide. And baby, I will dream of you tonight. I don't know you, but I wanna make you mine. No, 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 make you mine, make you. Oh, do you feel it? Do you feel it? Oh, do you see me here?
did not know there were white flowers in this arrangement until I reached this part of the video, because the previous part of the video was sort of blurry. I must have had dust on my camera. Presenting my glorious floral centerpiece. Oh boy, I'm still not done.
A steamboat sailed ashore. It was calling me aboard. And as I climbed inside, I saw you sitting there. In a daydream, you were lost, but you saw me through the fog. You tried to hide behind your paper and your pen, but you laughed instead.
So this is it. I'm finally done with the arrangement. My centerpiece is all ready, and I can now add the tea, the dessert and rest of the items to set up and finish the tea table. Check out the next video to see how I do that.